Hello everyone. I'm going to take a seminar on the topic speed control of induction motor. My name is Sarika and register number is 17E092. Induction motor. An induction motor is a practical speed motor. Speed of a DC shunt motor can be varied very easily with good efficiency, but in case of induction motors, speed reduction is accompanied by a corresponding loss of efficiency and poor power factor. Induction motors are widely being used. Their speed control may be required in many applications. Now let us see about the speed control methods in induction motor from the stator side. By changing the applied voltage, rotor resistance R2 is constant. The rotor resistance R2 is constant, and if slip S is small, then Sx2 square is so small that it can be neglected. Torque is directly proportional to SE2 square, where E2 is rotor induced EMF and E2 is directly proportional to voltage. Thus, torque is directly proportional to SV square, which means if supplied voltage is decreased, the developed torque decreases. Hence, for providing the same load torque, the slip increases with a decrease in voltage and consequently the speed decreases. This method is the easiest and cheapest, still rarely used because of 2 points. Large change in supply voltage is required for relatively small change in speed. Large change in supply voltage will result in a large change in flux density. Hence, this will disturb the magnetic conditions of the motor. By varying the supply voltage, the speed can be controlled. That's what we have seen so far. The voltage is varied until the torque required by the load is developed at the desired speed. The torque developed is proportional to the square of the supply voltage and the current is proportional to the voltage. This graph shows that the torque is proportional to the square of the voltage and current is proportional to the voltage. Speed and torque are given. The next method is by changing the applied frequency. Synchronous speed is equal to 120 f by p. The synchronous speed changes with the change in supply frequency. That is, it is directly proportional. Actual speed of an induction motor is given as n is equal to synchronous speed into 1 minus s, where s is a slip. However, this method is not widely used. It may be used where the induction motor is supplied by a dedicated generator so that frequency can be easily varied by changing the speed of the primer. Also, at lower frequency, the motor current may become too high due to decreased reactance. And if the frequency is increased beyond the rated value, the maximum torque developed falls while the speed rises. Constant VF control of induction motor. This is the most popular method for controlling the speed of an induction motor. As in above method, if the supply frequency is reduced, keeping the rated supply voltage, the air gap flux will tend to saturate. This will cause excessive stator current and distortion of the stator flux wave. Therefore, the stator voltage should also be reduced in proportional to the frequency so as to maintain the air gap flux constant. The magnitude of the stator flux is proportional to the ratio of the stator voltage and the frequency. Hence, if the ratio of voltage to frequency is kept constant, the flux remains constant. Also, by keeping Vf constant, the developed torque remains approximately constant. This method gives higher runtime efficiency. Therefore, majority of AAC speed drives employ constant VF method or variable voltage, variable frequency method for the speed control. Along with wide range of speed control, this method also offers soft start capability. Now we can see the method changing the number of stator poles. In the above, sorry, the equation is not available. Synchronous, it can be seen that synchronous speed can be changed by changing the number of stator poles. This method is generally used for squirrel cage induction motor, as squirrel cage rotor adapts itself for any number of stator poles. Change in stator poles is achieved by two or more independent stator windings wound for different number of poles in same slots. That's it about speed control from the stator side. Now we can move to rotor side. This is an diagram representing the speed control of three-phase induction motor. First method is inverter fed induction motor drives. The best method of speed control must therefore provide for continuous smooth variation of the synchronous speed, which in turn calls for variation of the supply frequency. This is achieved by using an inverter to supply the motor. Variable frequency inverter fed induction motor drives are used in ratings up to hundreds of kilowatts. Standard 50 Hz or 60 Hz motors are often used, and the inverter output frequency typically covers the range from around 5 to 10 Hz up to 120 Hz. This is sufficient to give at least 10:1 speed range with the top speed of twice the normal operating speed. The majority of inverters are three-phase input and a three-phase output. This is a diagram representing the inverter fed induction motor drive. The next method is a rotor resistance control method. The speed of the wound induction motor can be controlled by connecting an external resistance in the rotor circuit through slip rings. By rotor resistance control method, the speed control is provided by the rated speed to the lower speeds. This method of speed control is very simple. This is a graph representing the control of induction motor by rotor resistance. Maximum torque is achieved here. The next method is slip power recovery scheme of induction motor. The slip energy recovery method provides the speed control of a slip ring induction motor below its synchronous speed. A portion of a rotor AC power, that is slip power, is converted into DC by a diode bridge. The output of the rectifier is then connected to the DC terminals of the inverter. This diagram represents the slip energy recovery of the induction motor. Here we have a bridge rectifier, and here we have inverter bridge. Vector control of induction motor. Vector control, also called field-oriented control, is a variable frequency drive control method in which the stator currents of a three-phase AC electric motor are identified as two orthogonal components that can be visualized with a vector. Field-oriented control describes the way in which the control of torque and speed are directly based on the electromagnetic state of the motor, similar to a DC motor. Field-oriented control is the first technology to control the real motor control variables of torque and flux. With decoupling between the stator current components, magnetizing flux and torque, the torque producing component of the stator flux can be controlled independently. Decoupled control at low speeds, the magnetization state of motor can be maintained at the appropriate level, and the torque can be controlled to regulate the speed. This diagram shows the vector control of induction motor, field-oriented control, inverter, slip frequency calculation. Thank you.